Hey guys, what's going on? My name is CueBunny, and welcome to a Counter-Strike video. So I know what you're thinking, like, whoa, what are you doing playing Counter-Strike? Well, I've been playing Counter-Strike for quite a while. I've been really getting into the competitive scene of Counter-Strike for, I don't know, maybe the last 2 months or so, and I've been really enjoying it. It's an awesome game. The competitiveness of it is amazing, and it really makes for a fun game. So I haven't done a commentary. As you guys see, this obviously not live. You guys will see that I don't get the best frames when I record, and this game is all about just, you know, that snap shooting and having low frames really doesn't help. So I probably won't do anything live, but I do like recording a little bit, and I might do some of that for you guys. So you will see a lot of op gameplay in this, and this round is probably one of my best rounds. Not rounds, I guess, games. I do really well. The first round is quite interesting, and you will see a lot of op gameplay. So I'll talk a little bit about my history with ops and not necessarily ops, but just those one-shot rifles that make any game very interesting. But I haven't done a commentary in a long time, so cut me a little bit of slack. I actually went back and I watched some of my older videos when I was like 14. I'm 19 by the way now, and I'll go over some history about what I used to do too. And I was actually really good. I was a little bit surprised. I was like, I could just talk forever, and like now I get hung up, and I'm just like, I don't know. And so yeah. Anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah. So don't expect the best commentary, obviously. But I can pull up this little map, draw some awesome things, and a lot of awesome stuff. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the strategy. So first round, you either want to go a full B rush or a full A rush, and this A rush actually works really well. And here, guys, let's see. So I pick up these first 2 kills. I happen to get a lucky shot on Salty to get a headshot to put him down, and that guy will come up quite a bit. I do kill that guy a lot, but I do get quite lucky with some of these shots, and I actually kill the entire team. So I scored an ace on the very first round. Ace is very hard to do. You obviously have to kill everybody on their team, so you got to prevent everybody from their team, everybody from your team to kill anybody from there. So it's interesting, and it's a very nice achievement. So we're gonna keep pushing along, because once you win the first round, they're gonna have to save. As you can see, they don't have enough money to buy anything, so they're gonna stick with those pistols for a while. So we're gonna go with this long area because we have some serious range here. Pistols are not gonna be very good against this range, but we do get shut down a little bit here, and there's a little bit of chaos. But yeah, so like I said, I want to talk a little bit about the history, and I'll be throwing in some little tips and strategy and what we try to do and all that kind of stuff. So this is a little bit new to me. I put myself way out in the open, and I could not land my shots. This match was probably about a week or 2 ago, and I have gotten better at landing my shots. I actually do go into deathmatch servers or just these ops servers, and just practice my aim, because that's what you have to do, sadly, to be decent in this game. So when I'm not alive, I'll show my teammates. I was queuing with Corndog, which is this guy you guys watching. He is a Silver Elite Master. Master Elite, I think, is what the correct term, whatever. And also with Prodigy, who was a Silver 3, but in the last week he's now a Silver Master. Difference between Elite and Silver, Elite Master and just Master. It's another rank up, pretty much. So it's fun stuff. It goes Silver 2, Silver 3, Silver 4, Master Elite, and then just Elite, or no, Master, and then Master Elite, and then you get into the Novas, and there's 3 tiers. So I'm still in the Silvers. So apparently, Silvers are supposed to be newbie. You don't really know what's going on in the game. But if you get a good team, you can kind of you can run some good strategies, and it's really fun. So we're gonna keep on going long A, because it has not failed to disappoint. As you can see, they're now putting 3 players on A. Normally you want to put, well, I mean, 2 players on B is safe because it's a very hard area to take. But 3 players on A without anybody covering the middle is a little bit risky. So as you can see, we're doing a split A. Me and Sky Guy are coming up through Cat. This is Cat, and what it does is it focuses all the T's attention. This is some fail shooting right here. I could not hit that guy to save my life. It focuses the CT's attention on the players at long, and then all you have to worry about is the rotate players. So as you can see, what we've done, and this last guy is over here. He's going to try to push up long. As you can see, he's walking to try to not make any noise. But long A really does work a lot of the times. You have to worry sometimes late game about an opera here. He's got just the perfect shot here, and you also have to worry about players rotating through here and players rotating around, and also through cat. So that's a little strategy here. I believe we go B now, because as you can see, we got a decent B spawn. Spawns can really mean the difference. If you spawn over here and you want to go B, you got to cover all this territory, and that will give them time to get in a better spot, better situated. They'll get some smokes down, and you can also see that this push does not work at all. And I don't want to look at the map too much because then you can't see the gameplay. But I'll explain a little bit about B. So B is a very high-risk, high-reward area. If you get into B, you're golden. It's very easy to hold off, and that was very newbie of me. I thought he was going to go farther back into the zone, and he didn't. So we just totally get wrecked here. But like I said, B, there's only 2 ways in, here and here, and technically there's a window way in. But it's very hard to take. You got to all rush through this tunnel. You have 5 players in here. You can have one guy at this box here that just mows you down. So it's a very high risk, high reward. A lot of times it doesn't work out, but if you do get that bomb plant, it's very easy to fend off. You can have a bunch of players. You can have a guy over here at truck who can watch just about anything, and it's pretty incredible. So they are now having a player play mid, which is a good idea to get some intel on where we're going. As you can see, he knows we're pushing mid. This guy's gonna be rotating over to cat, and this guy's actually pushing way up here at long. So I do have me an op now. I would consider myself an op player. And the op player is someone who you're trying to get that player in op. They're obviously very good at it, or decently good at it, and your entire economic system is really focused on getting that player in op, because an op can be extremely overpowered if put in the right hands. And you guys will see that in professional players, where they'll just destroy someone like Penny S. Can absolutely take out an entire team. He's gotten many aces with it, and it's just a really good gun. So I'm still thinking there's someone coming behind us, because there's someone in tunnels, but I do get this pick here. And I have watched this several times, so I kind of do know what's going on. But we did not expect this player here. I expected him on ramp, and he was not there. So that was a very heads-up play by this guy. That's a very good spot to camp. Corndog picks him off with the op, which is an OP weapon. Very nice skin there. That's Sky, guys. So, let's see, strategy here. Obviously, they can't buy up a lot. We have won a lot of rounds from them. Once you win about 5 or 6 in a row, they start getting a blue shell effect, where they will get a ton of money even for losing, and then they will be able to buy up pretty much whatever they want. So, you know, sometimes we've even thought maybe we should just throw one game and destroy their economy and then win the rest, because they do get a blue shell effect. If you guys don't know what that means, the blue shell, you can compare it to Mario Kart, and blue shell would be where the player in last obviously gets the blue shell, and it hits the player in first. So it's kind of like a cheap, it's pretty self-explanatory, alright? Come on. So this is a very interesting scenario. We've got 2 players on 4. Our A push got shut down extremely fast, and me and Sky Guy, as you can see, Sky Guy's over here at long, are trying to push into A site here. Obviously, we can't go B. I told him to come to cat so we could push together, because they do have a guy watching long. So we trying to get into this site. I was like, oh, flash. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I know there's a guy at this boxes. A lot of times they do like to peek right through the little area, and you can get him pretty easily. But this was an awesome round. We actually, I'm not going to say anything, but we do clinch it, and it was pretty cool. So I totally whiffed that shot, but then I picked it up. And the recording on this is not 100% accurate. So my movement's not 100% accurate. The aim is not 100% accurate, and I'm at a 4 kill. So I've killed 4 players on the team. I could go for another ace, but I actually whiffed this shot right here, and it was very disappointing. I was like, oh, I could have gotten 2 aces one game. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. So 2 aces is not something you hear of a lot. But I consider myself a decent op player. I'm not the best, definitely not even close. But I like to think that I can hold my own, and I'll talk a little bit about where I got these skills, because obviously I haven't been playing Counter-Strike for too long. I put about 100 hours in, and that's not too much for competitive players to consider themselves decent. There are players that have thousands of hours that are still in silver because they're just not good enough to advance. I've won about 50 games, and so I am now... Oh, look at this jump shot. This is cool. Ah, boom! So I've won about 50 games, and I'm Silver Elite Master. I'm really hoping to rank up soon. A couple more games, and I can hopefully rank up. But I dedicate my op skills to a game called Urban Terror. Urban Terror is an indie game with a very unique movement system, and that's what makes the game so cool. Is you can jump, you can bounce off walls, you can slide. It's like getting in CS:GO op servers, but it's even cooler than that. And obviously they have this guy's having trouble playing with the bomb. That was hilarious. It's really cool. So the movement is very hard, so you really have to know what you're doing in terms of shooting. So the SR8, it was called an SR8, not an op. It was a one-shot kill to the chest, obviously. And here I was just messing around. I'm like, oh, I don't see him. I think he's saving. And I was like, oh wait, there he is. And they're like, you weren't joking. It was funny. So this was a really fun game too, actually. A bunch of awesome guys, and I had a ton of fun with this. Queuing by yourself is not really that fun. So as you see, they accused me of Smurf. Well, he didn't really accuse, but he was like, Smurf? Smurf is where you're a really good player with a main account that maybe is like a Nova or something, very high up. And this guy, I guess, had God. That was funny. And then you create a new account and you play with all these silvers who apparently suck. So I did see that guy mid, and I was expecting to peak again. So I'm 17-3. This is the best I've ever done, you could say. And I do have games similar to this, but this is definitely my best. And I have this X-ray on so you guys can see exactly where they're at. Sometimes players don't like that, or people don't like that, because it gives, gives it away of what's gonna happen. So I'm pushing aggressively with this op, and I'm a little scared because I know there's 2 people on site. And I think I can hear a person coming from cat. So I'm going to wait for my team to push up through long, and then I'm going to rush in. Hopefully they're distracted enough. And look at this. I totally whiffed 2 shots here. I don't even know how that happened. And I get taken down. I was like, what? How did that? My crosshair was on him. That was interesting. So, like I said, the SR8, it was a very good weapon. And I messed around with it a lot. I put hundreds of hours into Urban Terror. It was such a unique game. And I don't necessarily go for the good games, like the really popular games. I don't always go for that. I go for the unique games, one that I can continue to come back to, and it's just so much fun, and you're constantly learning new stuff about it. And a lot of times, those unique games have a interesting movement system, because that's even you add an interesting movement system, and it's a unique game automatically, just because it's hard to master, is what you could say. And there's tons of interesting things. So as you can see, we're pushing up B again. I don't remember how this one goes, but we will see. So I messed around a lot with that. And you mess around with any kind of one-shot sniper, and you're going to get good at it across all games. So I actually knew this guy was here. This is a very common spot. And Corn Dog's like, because Corn Dogs are lurk. So he was over here last time. He's like, there's a guy that camps there all the time. So you can pick him really easily. And I do get... Oh, I thought I got that guy. I guess I whiffed. But we are pushing into B. As you can see, we're playing very slowly. You either want to just go balls to the wall or go really slowly into the site. And sometimes slowly works, sometimes it really doesn't. It really depends on the team and what the enemy team is doing. So now it's a 3-on-1. Again, this is B site, and it's very hard to retake. So he's coming up through tons. So you can sit by this box where I'm at. You can sit by here. You can. I mean, it's such a hard area to take back, and you'll see a lot of players save on this because it's almost impossible to retake, especially if it's a 1-on-3. So he's just creeping around. He's probably gonna save his weapon. He does have an M4, so it's worth saving. So he's not even trying. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for exit frags. Exit frags are when the bomb's about to go off. You obviously don't want to be anywhere near here, and you guys will see this. I almost died because I waited a little bit too long. And I think it was about here. I'm like, oh crap, I should get out of here. And I was like, oh crap, it's beeping fast. I gotta get out of here. And I almost, everybody's like, ah, you're dead. And I was like, look back at the bomb. 3 HP, warrior. Yes, I lived. I was like, holy crap, that was close. If I would have gotten hit, if I would have gotten spit on, I would have died. It would have been terrible. It would have been so bad. So, let me get back to my story. So yeah, I played that game a lot. That was like my childhood game. Not Counter-Strike 1.6, not Call of Duty. It was Urban Terror, and I didn't play with anybody. I joined a clan, And we were decent. Obviously, like it wasn't an official clan. You don't really have competitive matches, whatever. It was just a clan, and we hung out and we played games, and it was fun. So yeah, I got good at that game. And I won't even say good. I got barely decent at the SRA, not anywhere near good. But when you take that skill, that little amount of skill in that game, and you take it over to this game where players aren't bouncing off walls and skidding across the floor, it's much easier to kill people. So the skill ceiling in that game was incredibly high, where the skill ceiling in this is very high. And I will not say that it's not high. It is very high, but the movement system is just so much simpler that it makes for just, oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, that made me just flip out. I was like, did you guys see that? That was the coolest thing ever. Oh, I need like that. I need like some footage of that. I need to like post that as a highlight. That was just the coolest thing ever. Maybe I'll make like a highlight reel out of this. That'd be kind of cool. But as you can see, I'm 23-4, not bad at all. So I'm gonna talk a little. This is confusing. We're like, wait a minute, we bought one too many guns. Shoot, we're gonna have to waste one. That's fine. So I am pushing over here by B. We called last minute B rush. Not exactly sure why. They have been pushing long A, and you see this player. He's creeping, salty much. He's like my nemesis in this. I kill him so many times. It's hilarious. So we are trying to push B. I'm not exactly sure why you put a smoke there. That doesn't help us at all in the littlest bit. But I think I did hit that guy, but I'm not sure. So I think, oh, look at this. I could have sworn I hit this guy like twice, but I hit the bullet. Like the bullets are just going right around his booty. And you guys will see this push was not successful again. You gotta bust in there, or you just don't try it at all. So B is just such a hard place to take. You can go A, like as you can see, A is very open. You can go from CT, you can go from cat, you can go from long. There's this ramp area, that's a booger. It's just very open. There's not many places to hide behind. There's goose behind here, which you always have an opera in. But B, you've got, I mean, boxes after truck and tunnels and the window. I mean, it's so hard to take. That a safe bet is always going to be A. And you guys will see that. Let me get back to me real quick. Where am I? Oh, nice shot. I think it was a jumpy shot. I just got that in time. That was pretty cool. But I always like to get in pit. This is pit. And you can kind of do like a head glitch thing where barely your head is peeking out. And it's very hard to hit them, especially when they're moving around and doing all that funky crap and that stuff. So, yeah, but when you're moving up through long, you always want to smoke this area off. There's always going to be CT players and maybe a guy on cat. And as you can see, we didn't smoke it, and we got a little bit wrecked. So if you smoke that area off, you're going to be golden to move in there. Oh, and I just missed that shot. Boom! Little trap shooting there. And I believe I don't get this guy. I believe I just failed. And I did. I failed. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to talk a little bit about... he teabagged me. I didn't even notice that. Talk a little bit about my history with YouTube. So, I used to be huge into YouTube. I used to work for TGN, which is the gaming network. I did videos for them. I even ran one of their channels. I got paid a little bit, but it took so much time, it wasn't worth it. So I quit that. At the same time, I was quitting YouTube, pretty much. It just took too much time. It was taken away from family time. It was taken away from everything. And it just became not worth it. And as you can see, we're pushing to be here. Mac 10 rush isn't quite gonna work, but yeah, you know, why not? Just give it a go. So yeah, I kind of quit because I'm like, this just takes too much time. I loved it, but I wasn't getting paid for it. It was taking so much time. It was affecting my school. It was affecting my life, my relationships, and I was like, And I will say, it wasn't a reluctant. Oh, that was a bad peek. It was a very reluctant quitting. A lot of times I came back, I was like, hey guys, I'm back for 2 or 3 videos, and then I'm gone again. So, yeah, I wasn't the most consistent, you would say. Oh, I totally whiffed that. So yeah, I quit that, and you're like, what are you doing back here? What are you doing? Well, I'm 19 now. My voice might not sound like it, but I am 19 now. That was a nice shot, I will say. So, yes, but I'm in college now. Yes, I'm in college and living on my own. I've got my own room and my own stuff and my own food. Food is expensive, and yes. So, hold What am I even saying?